What's up, guy? You know what? I'm gonna go with it. What's up, guys? It's LTAB67. Sorry for the minor throat error. I had to clear my throat. I don't know. Voice crack or something. Anyways, what is going on right now is a little public domination match on Whiteout, which is we're gonna be watching. Usually, I do a little overlay recording, and just of me playing the game and talking to my team and stuff. But this time I wanted to try something new. I'm going to be giving you some useful tips, pointers on how to play public matches specifically, but Call of Duty in general, smartly, so that you can be having more fun, dying a lot less, and getting a long streak with a lot of kills. So this is actually my first time ever trying anything like this, so I really hope that you guys like it. And at the end of the video, if you'd let me know what you think, that'd be awesome. So, as I said before, the main goal that you should really be focusing on is not dying. Now, I know that seems like, oh, no shit, you don't want to die. Just give me a second, because when you're focusing on just killing the enemy team versus focusing on keeping yourself alive, you're going to be moving around a lot more recklessly and getting killed a lot more and getting a lot less kills. So your number one focus should be keeping yourself alive while moving smartly to get the kills. And don't worry, I'll go into it. So first things first, before you even start the game, you need to get your class set up down. Now this is obviously a very basic thing, but I'm just going to touch on this briefly. You need to use a gun that is good, for one. You'll learn that by using them. But especially good for you. Now, if I could give a suggestion, the best assault rifle in this game is the Remington by far. Put a foregrip and a red dot sight on it, and on your class, you should always have flinch, because when you're getting shot at, you don't want your gun going all over the place. It's going to be really tough to kill people. So put flinch on your class, unless of course you're doing like a sniper dual wield thing. If you know what you're doing, fine, do your thing. So I don't want to talk too much about class setups, but the next thing I'm going to be getting into is moving slowly. Now, even if you have extreme conditioning and lightweight and all that jazz, and you're running a submachine gun or something, you still don't always need to be moving non-stop. Now, there's certain times where you should be, but in general, you don't want to always be sprinting, because, I mean, when you're sprinting to move from cover to cover, that's a perfect time to do it. But when you're sprinting around corners and just out in the open of the map without clearing certain areas first, you're going to get mowed down by some random spot you don't even know where you're looking at. So when you're sprinting, sprint at smart times, and be stopping ever so often, especially when you're coming around the corners or when you're just approaching walls and corners, to check and make sure someone's not charging you from that side. So be sprinting when you're moving. Be aiming at the spot that people could come around the corner and kill you from. That way, you just have to zoom in and minorly adjust your aim. And don't be sprinting around corners. When you get to a corner, approach it slowly, clear, and like while you're moving around, slowly keep aiming around and clear the whole thing. Then sprint to a cover, aim around, sprint to a cover. And that's really going to help you out a whole lot, keeping your cover and aiming at the right spots without sprinting all the time. Because even if you have ready up, it's going to take you that extra second to pop up your weapon, and that could be the one bullet that you needed to kill the guy when you get like 5 hit markers and he gets just one more shot off than you. So in order to be able to move around the map appropriately and smartly, you're going to need to be able to have this developed situational awareness, which will come to you by playing a lot. But one way to help you out with that is by knowing your teammates' positions and using your mini-map effectively. So by seeing where your teammates are positioned on the mini-map, go the other way from them, unless they're, of course, all the dots of the enemy shooting and your team's getting all the kills, because generally where your team is, their team isn't, or they're getting the kills, or they're dying, whatever. But if you have your teams dispersed across the map, and you can help them out by doing that, by not going where they are for the most part, you're going to be clearing out all the map at once. You're not going to get flanked as much. It's going to help you and your team out a whole lot. So go the other way that your teammates aren't going. Cover the other areas that they're not. And that will bring you to more people, more enemies, and you'll see a lot more action. So there is one thing you need to learn, and that's when you need to move and you need to sit. You can change this up a little bit. It all depends on the situation and what you want to do at the time. But say you get a kill, right? And your first idea is to immediately run away. You don't always have to do that. In fact, more times than not, you should always be expecting there to be at least another guy. There's generally 2 people in the same spot At least you should assume so, because you'll be ready in case someone else does approach you from the same spot their enemy was at. Or if there's no one else in that same area, quickly check and sit and wait for another guy to push you from another side. Because when you kill someone, you're going to appear on the minimap, and the people are going to want to rush behind and just destroy you. So when you get the kill, be patient, wait for a sec, see if someone else is pushing you from any direction, and then sprint to a new cover. Or not even sprint to a new cover, walk and be ready to attack someone that's going to attack you. But, of course, you're not always going to do it, like, you're going to mess up sometimes and get killed by when you should have or should have not sprinted. But this will really help you out a lot if you learn when to move or when to stay. So, another thing that will really help you out in chaining your kills together is not reloading immediately. This is a really bad habit, and when you press X after that first kill and someone else jumps around the corner and you have to cancel that sprint and they just mow you down, it sucks. So, I mean, you have in the Remington, say we're using the Remington, it's only got 24 shots in a clip. You can kill someone in like 6 shots, 8 if you're missing, 10 if it's a terrible kill. That still gives you 14 more shots. That's easily another kill. And if you're doing it really well, you can get 3, even 4 kills with 1 mag. So I generally don't like to reload until I get down to around 6, 7, maybe lower bullets in my Remington. Or unless it's just an appropriate situation to reload. But after you get a kill, don't necessarily reload. Wait for the next kill, or just keep running around with like 18, 15 bullets in your mag. So, one thing that's going to really help you get a lot of kills is by learning spawns. Spawns is one of the most important things in Call of Duty. An easy way to learn the spawns is playing a game type like Domination, because you can see which flags are being held, and there's a C flag and an A flag with a B flag in the middle, obviously. So, say you have A and they have C and B. They're going to be spawning in the back of C. Now, when a spawn flips, it's when your team's pushed too far into their spawn, or you personally have, and it moves them to the next location. So, on this map, Whiteout, like, what's going on right now, we have A, they have B and C. They're spawning in C in the back by the helicopter, or they have B as well, so they're spawning more by the boat, or in the middle of the map more. And if you don't push into their spawn, they're going to keep spawning in the same spot. So, you can always get a spawn trap if you're all working together as a team, and be sitting there pinning them down to spawn. But just by paying attention to where you respawn when you die, and by where the flags are being held, you'll learn the spawns easily, and you shouldn't, in fact, push into their spawn unless it's necessary to capture the flag and you're really trying to win and you need that cap. But generally, let them have their base flag unless you want to flip the spawns. You can be smart about it, but pay attention to what the spawns are. You'll learn them if you actually sit there and try and figure out where the team's spawning. So just really, really paying attention to that. Now, as I've been talking a lot about movement, because that's the most important thing, I think, in keeping yourself alive and getting the kills by getting the drop on people, you need to be moving from cover to cover. You shouldn't be running and sprinting out in the middle of the map with no purpose. You need to be moving from one point, clear out a little area, move to the next point, and be clearing it out as you go, moving smartly to cover. You don't necessarily always want, not necessarily, you don't want to be seen. If they don't see you, they're not going to be able to kill you because they won't know where you are. So you'll be able to get the drop on them just by hiding in a spot. They'll run past you because you'll be hiding behind a rock, and they'll just start sprinting past you because they're like, oh my god, there's no one there. So just be waiting for people to move sometimes, and really use cover. And if you don't know what a head glitch is, it's when you get to a point, like say a rock, and you poke your head out just enough so you can barely peer over the top and shoot over it, but on the other opponent's screen, all they can see is your head. So really you have your gun over it, but they can't see it, and that makes their shot a lot harder. Now, there's head glitches. You'll figure it out just by having, poking your head out. So maximize that, and don't always be exposing yourself completely unless you're moving from a spot to the next spot. So another thing that's really going to throw your opponents off, because what you're really trying to do is outsmarting the enemy team, is you want to be switching up your playing style. And as I was talking about earlier, after you kill someone, sometimes maybe you should just sit there and they're gonna be like, and hide for a sec, because they're gonna check because they see you on the mini map. They're not gonna see someone there and be like, oh, he ran, and then hide for a sec, pop back out, see if someone is coming, and you'll get lucky, have some great time and get a kill, or be patient and not get a kill. But keep switching it up. Sometimes sit, sometimes not. This video is coming to a close, but I want to make one more point, guys. It's really easy to get angry at the game. I get angry myself, and I'm not trying to be your mom or anything. I'm just saying, don't get mad because that doesn't help you out. When you get mad, you do worse. Just sit down, focus, move to the next spot. Don't just sprint out when you die and just start trying to kill someone. Move to a smart spot based on what's going on in the map, guys, and this will really help you out. So play smartly, not crazily, I guess. I really hope this was effective and useful to you guys. If you liked it, please like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys watching. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.